North Korea has 492 naval vessels, though. That's more than most people realize. But North Korea has a secret advantage in manpower that changes this entire matchup. 7 categories. 1 winner? Let's find out who takes it. You might think bigger population means bigger army. Think again. The United States fields 1.4 million active troops, backed by 442 reserves. No paramilitary forces to speak of. That totals 1.8 million. Sounds formidable, but North Korea, 1.3 million active, a massive 600,000 in reserve, and an astounding 5.9 million in paramilitary units, pushing their total to 7.8 million. The difference is staggering, sheer numbers that can overwhelm any front line. North Korea wins manpower. The score, United States 0, North Korea 1. But air power is where things get interesting. Most people assume United States dominates the skies. The reality is far more complicated. The US boasts 13-200 aircraft, 1,900 fighters and 9-10 attack helicopters. Keyboards include 630 F-35 Lightning IIs, 186 F-22 Raptors, and a stealthy fleet of 20 B-2 Spirits. On the rotor side, 690 AH-64 Apaches slice through hostile airspace. North Korea fields 949 aircraft, just 458 fighters, and 20 attack helicopters. Their frontliners, MiG-29s, MiG-23s, and Mi-24 Hinds. Quantity falls short. Technology and versatility rule the skies here. The US controls the air with cutting-edge stealth and overwhelming helicopter firepower. United States wins air power. The score, United States 1, North Korea 1. The ground war is next, and this one is brutal. Tanks win battles, but artillery wins wars. Both have 5,500 tanks, an even match at first glance. Yet, the US fields of 45-200 armored personnel carriers and 3,500 artillery pieces. Rockets count E-400. North Korea counters with 2,600 APCs, but outguns with 8,600 artillery and 5,100 rocket launchers. US heavy hitters include the M1A2 Abrams, M2 Bradley IFVs, Stryker APCs, and M109 Paladin howitzers. North Korea counters with Chonma-ho and Pakpong-ho tanks, plus BM-21 Grads, and Koksan 170mm self-propelled guns. But US combined firepower and armored mobility tip the scales. United States wins ground forces. Score, United States 2, North Korea 1. Now, the oceans. And this is where it gets shocking. North Korea has 492 vessels. That nearly matches America's 484. But that's where parity ends. The US commands 11 carriers, 10 Nimitz-class and 1 Gerald R. Ford class. 0 carriers for North Korea. Subs, US has 68, including 22 stealthy Virginia-class. North Korea fields 72 subs, mostly smaller Romeo and Sango classes. Destroyers, 72 for the US, none for North Korea. Frigates, 22 versus just 2. North Korea's navy is a swarm of fast attack craft and corvettes suited for coastal defense. The US dominates blue water with supercarriers and destroyers. Yet, North Korea's sheer numerical fleet size and submarine numbers give it an edge in local waters. North Korea wins naval power. Score, United States 2, North Korea 2. 3 categories left. Remember what I said about manpower. We're getting close. Missiles are the great equalizer. A smaller country with the right missiles can neutralize a superpower. The US fields 400 Minuteman III ICBMs and 4,000 Tomahawk cruise missiles, supported by 7 THAAD missile defense systems. North Korea has a smaller nuclear arsenal, but a terrifying stockpile of 12 Hwasong-15 and 6 Hwasong-17 ICBMs, plus 100 Haemukean-23 short-range ballistic missiles and 10 Pukguksong-3 submarine-launched ballistic missiles. Range and precision favor the US arsenal with decades of development and global reach. North Korea's missile quantity is impressive but limited by technology. United States wins missiles. Score, United States 3, North Korea 2. On paper, North Korea looks outgunned. Budget numbers throw a spotlight on that. The US budget dwarfs all at $886 billion. North Korea scrapes by on $4 billion. GDP contrast, $28.8 trillion versus $18 billion. Spending per soldier is staggering. America pours immense resources into advanced training, technology, and modernization. United States wins defense budget. Score, United States 4, North Korea 2, one category left. And it could change everything. This is the ultimate trump card. The US holds approximately 5,450 nuclear warheads, delivered by land-based Minuteman III ICBMs, submarine-launched Trident missiles, and strategic bombers. North Korea's nuclear warheads number around 50 paired with its growing ICBM and SLBM arsenal. The gap is monumental, but North Korea's nuclear program remains a volatile threat. United States wins nuclear. Final score, United States 5, North Korea 2. Let's look at the final scoreboard. Manpower, North Korea. Air power, United States. Ground forces, United States. Naval power, North Korea. Missiles, United States. Defense budget, United States. Nuclear arsenal, United States. That makes it 5-2. The winner is clear. The United States stands dominant in most categories and controls this matchup decisively. But in a real war, numbers don't tell the whole story. North Korea's vast manpower and coastal naval swarm create a formidable asymmetric threat. Add in their deeply entrenched missile forces close to US allied territory. In other words, this isn't a cakewalk. It's a deadly chess game. If you made it this far, you clearly love military analysis. Subscribe and hit the bell. Next week's matchup is even more explosive.